And as always, thank you for being here for another episode of At Least an Hour on the Well Here Now Network. We are the Grey Holmeses, and we are playing Overcooked 2. As always, thank y'all for being here.
That doesn't hurt anymore. Not callous, but closure. Controlled new. Easy to pick. Pick key, pick up. Slide easy like scabbard. Scab like scarab. Shell my experience is sacred. That doesn't hurt anymore. I'm not sure why it ever did. Not sure when the pain became flashback. Became mid-laugh joke. Conversation when I'm able to talk about it. How that doesn't hurt anymore.
Spent too many hours in darkness, wishing it wouldn't hurt anymore. Wasn't sure the pain would ever end, that life would kiss me instead of kick me. Felt resolved to just accept the pain until I noticed it wasn't there anymore. Tears dried themselves or came for different reasons. Left behind the salty, the lemon sting of it, turned sunflowers sweet. Embracing the glow now, overwhelmed by the happiness of pain, no more. That doesn't hurt anymore. Spent too many hours in darkness, not callous, but closure. Wishing it wouldn't hurt anymore. Controlled now.
Easy to pick.
Pick key.
Pick up.
Wasn't sure the pain would ever end.
Slide easy like scabbard, scab like scarab.
That life would kiss me instead of kick me. Shell my experiences sacred. Resolved to accept the pain until I noticed it wasn't there. That doesn't hurt anymore. I'm not sure why it ever did. Tears dried themselves. Not sure when the pain became flashback. Turned sunflowers sweet.
Became mid. Laugh joke. Left behind the salty conversation, the lemon sting of it.
When I am able to
embrace the glow.
Talk about it.
Overwhelmed by
how that doesn't hurt anymore. The happiness of pain no more.
From the moon to the stars. From the moon to the stars. Made of some hydrogen atoms like I yesterday. 94, the birthday. Wondering what I'm gonna do with them atoms I got. I don't know, but I wonder a lot. From the moon to the stars. I remember when you said, keep the tent down low. Temperature is getting past the point of being cold. Oh, freezing. No streaming. Service, I wonder often if we're changing up. But we dip back under. Never to be torn asunder. Our blunders turn into wonders. I think I love you. I think it's true that life has been so interesting, but I'm finding it really cool. And I would do anything to stay up in suspension. Not a, don't want to be suspended though, if you get what I'm saying. But from the moon to the stars, a planetary colony of where we are, of where I are, of what we are, of shooting stars. From the moon to the stars, by the lights of galaxies next to us. Somewhere from the moon to the stars, to the stars. I'll be leaving today. Rocket ship full of fuel. Suit is on.
'Cause I don't wanna die. 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 '
My life's a jewel. In my eyes, joyous. In my family's arms. I'll be in space soon. I'll be above all harm. From the moon to the stars. Somewhere out there, I'll find what they call the world aware. Somewhere from the moon to the stars, I'll see it through. It may take 1,000 years, but I'm coming back to you. Moon to the stars. I didn't expect.
want my phone to be less light. Let them know I'm right. Let them know I'm right, but your soul left.
Egyptian, the way I go down the river. 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 Every moment of the earth. It doesn't mean I'm happy with my form or understand my worth. I don't mean wrapped up in nets and grosses and commas. I mean the one I might have felt when I first experienced the world. So Egyptians, the way I flow down the river, time is an arrow and Artemis's quiver. Egyptian, the way I flow down the river, sometimes it's Ra or Apollo that delivers me back to where I started. So many loved ones dearly departed, and here I am floating down the river like Helen, so lazily I stand and shiver. Egyptian, the way I flow down the river. So many analogies to water I quiver. Egyptian, the way I flow down the river. Oh, so many relations I quiver. Egyptian, 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 Egyptian. Flow down the river.
And it feels right composing in an email, expecting to send CC to someone who will answer me and messages keep saving as drafts, laughing at myself, not getting punchlines. Alienation feels funny though, seems laughable to worry about. My bed feels comfortable, my healing feels comfortable, main charactering in my story feels comfortable, and not wanting anyone else's life feels comfortable. Being confused and excited feels comfortable. No one can tell you what power created me in more than arbitrary words, and reading terms of service wears on the eyes, which is a vague way of saying I've written this before, maybe been here before, been flesh before. Recycling? If I heard every story, would I be different? Recycling on the same highway as cars? Brains don't, according to science, see the world exactly the way it is. And you want to be nice, want to be what people have made mold for you, want straight answers to questions. I've been in so much pain. It was unexplainable. How do you become egotistic in an existence that precedes you, in a world that has all the easily understandable words to your story, knows your story as quick words, as we know them this way? Life is something I love. So much so I sign up first in the list before the poem is there. So much so I am the poem. There in whatever format makes me palatable. And fuck, there's so much I want to say. Is it me or the world I'm in? There's so much I want to say in general, possibly said by someone else, reminding someone of someone else, relate post, because my last words, but not my last thoughts, will probably be in my phone. Who am I to judge my mother, father, who make me relevant before the abbreviation, imagination, understanding of commonly said words, of comfortably offered expression? I'm spam mail, expected, discarded, but still a part of matter. And the more I talk about myself, the more bored I get with the meaning, more interested. And the funny part is, life isn't scary anymore. Told that skin is a target so long that I think I am marketplace to consume with what I have and what I don't. Family and I speak the same language, but I think we'll be in different afterlives. And I feel better when talking about what I can confirm, saying I over and over and over again. How does something become real? Shedding the water of you. I mean, the pond of us. Memories unmuddled, the rain in our puddle. Tears cried over you. I still mean us. The neglect, the rust. I remember the first time we locked eyes across the room. I knew it would be trouble, but the current sped double, and that's why I currently don't speak to you. Drowned in breathing, the paradox we were seeking. Atlantis once sat above ground too. We weren't even sinking, so much as settling. Coordinates with opposite a compass rose, by any other name, and an aimless direction but a wanted one called the same. When shedding the water of you, in vain and vanity, the sea salt I let of you, the taste doesn't haunt me, I'm just pulling my memories too, of you, toil and bubble, shedding the water of you, distilling a journey into words, to be perused over and consumed, shedding the water of you, the concept in question, the breath and by extension, the life I imagined with you. Watercolor paintings, but the free form is amazing until we washed our hands of that view. Shedding the water of you, I mean us, the neglect, rust, water shears stones away too. Atlantis once sat above ground too. We weren't even sinking so much as settling. An iceberg, elephant, our room. Coordinates irrelevant, compass roses by other names translate as aimless directions to you. I mean us, in vain and vanity, not a grave tragedy, just a watery recollection of you. I mean us, the sea salt that I let of you. I mean us, that turbulent trust, the current and rush. The waterfall sounds like a guillotine too. Love or lust, I'm not sure with us. I mean you, shedding the water of you.
The cover of the mini journal on my bed says, I am doing my best, and I revel at the grace hidden in 4 words, the allowance of life, circumstance, and lessons learned. So why do I ask myself, are you really? Where does this disembodied voice of doubt come from? This erasure of consideration, each word a gavel strike, all rhetorical question in the court of judgment, refusing to be sound blocked.
And haven't I been the one asking my own questions, answering back echoes, collapsing possibility, ignoring impossibility except where it spells I'm possible? How long did it take to learn these spells? To overcast something other than failure? To forecast success even when meteorologists try breaking through my atmosphere? Cast off the yoke of disbelief and not be strangled by the implications in its wake?
Remove all traces of aversion when mentions of affirmation and positivity arise. Let the bitter coating on each word become an acquired taste refashioned. Affirmations equals mantras. Positivity the equivalent of a glass half full.
There's no place to get to if here isn't good enough. If good can't be acknowledged, if today is tomorrow's measurement, then let my moments be made most significant, timing most fortuitous. Mostly, allow me not to guess after myself, when intuition initially initialized signatures of the recognizable kind.
Allow me to embrace the mind shift that enables me to write the words, I'm doing my best, and hear the echoed response, are you really? Fade away until the repetition of those words can no longer be made out.
Allow me not to compete one against another, to see only friendly faces, to see my best reflected, magnified.
To anticipate vibrations responding with assurance. Yes, you are, when I offer my actions as best to the higher self I am becoming.
For the goal is not to best myself, simply to acknowledge my investment, better mint, better pill, now refreshing scent, lifelong investment, momentary suggestion.
I am at my best becoming every single time.
I think the room is spinning. I think my blood is thinning. Oh, this must be essential. I asked when this be ending. They said there is no ending. we're learning forever. I guess that makes it better. Woke up yesterday a million times and I'm still on my way, trying to figure out which way to take. But if I make a way, does that mean I get to get it back when I'm here again? Game again, volume going up again. But pain don't make it different, just something I can figment into mosaics that I'm Brendan. They said what I'm Brandon to myself and I'm candid. Candy has the handed way cameo, cause cameos I make in my own life for sure. My own life, it's alright. It's so nice, I've been dreaming of it mostly. At night when I'm here I get schemes I had like years ago. A century, a thou, millennium, however go. I think the room is spinning. I think my blood is thinning. Oh, this must be a sign. I asked him to speak
inside squares, circles. I've been inside squared circles.
I guess that makes
that circles that turn square inside.
Yeah. Listen. Get off that bad vibe. We don't need that here. Saran Reynolds on instrumentals couldn't be that clear. How cool could a move be to be beneficial and catch a vibe? I sacrificed a lot of work, a lot of pain, a lot of time, and I'm tired. We don't stop, cause they don't stop, and they know. Unless, if they stop, then I'll stop and let go. Success, see me stopping, ain't no possible way beyond. In that folder, on the road, I shake. Time lives on. What you make of it is what you get from it, so don't take long. Fall and recover, and what you discover is you most strong. Then you would think, I know you think it took too damn long. But time is relative when legacy strong. On the pathway, don't lose your identity. So all you desire is not a necessity. Plenty individuals who tend to complain, and after that won't do a damn thing, expecting to change. Fucking insane.
I think the room is spinning. I think my blood is thinning. Oh, this must be a sign. I asked when this began. They said there is no way. You want me for I guess that makes better. I think the room is spinning. 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 The room is spinning.
.542s and a 46. What does that mean? Who cares? It's lit. 542s and a 46. What does that mean? Who cares? It's lit. 542s and a 46. What does that mean? Who cares? It's lit. 542s and 246. Hey, what does that mean? Nobody cares. It's lit for 542s and 246. Hey, what does that mean? Nobody cares. It's lit. 542s, 246.
4, 5, 2, 2, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 2, 2, 5, 2, 2, 5, 2, 2, 5, 5, 5, 2, 2, 5, 2, 2, 5, 2, 2, 5, 5, 5,
I'll be back, okay? Ooh, look at all that hair behind there. Behind that crate. Realize all that was back there.
I'll be calling. I'll be back. Calm at that. Would be a fact in Cool.
Every day, I write a happy poem. Pearls of laughter rolling on panes of fire-blasted sand. All of time is a construct here. It has become pulse, spiderweb cracking as it moves forward as construed towards a future presented as past once you reach it every day. I write a happy poem because time capsules are corny, but the cute kind of corny that keeps you from letting life encapsulate you, and ain't life the time capsule? Reminding you that time zones, time signatures, and time only applies to you, and haven't I figured out a tempo? Shook off jet lag, saved daylight in the vastness of my mind because time doesn't seem to respect my space. Moves me through years like montage, all the music sounding like cacophonies of melancholy and symphonies of acceptable and acceptance, turntable mixed, tables like spoons, sprinkling a bit of that fani and that fani, so I write happy poems. Because there are things I want to be for me and just for me, because people will fit you into a narrative, like Earth fits you into gravitational pull, thinking that seeing someone and knowing someone is the same knowledge, so I burn a happy poem a day, recording the truth of me I'm still defining into atmosphere, so atmospheres were atmospheres rolling on panes of fire-blasted sand, and isn't that life? A journal entry, Wikipedia page preface, words to scroll over in third person while the person is living those words in first person, and isn't time a wheel that will crush you if you don't move? Gem dropping, also known as mining, diamonds from the rough given to you by this world, that's what we do here. Sometimes, though, it just feels like finger cramping, cramming ink onto a page or eating up data on a device or making a bubble for organized thoughts and the sensory overload that is breathing, using words you didn't make to express opinions that are yours. Keep writing, though. Eating data, breathing, because relatable beings don't know you exist yet and they'll want to. Exist in those intersections where agreement is currency, current and currently the only thing keeping them alive. And maybe you don't want to be related to. See that as a weakness of sorts. And I can relate to that. I haven't exactly found a point to all this yet, but practice makes perfect, so perfect must be practice. And I've written a happy poem every day. And that is truly one of the greatest joys I think I will ever know.
I've been fine, skyscraper high. If I don't, then it's still skies that I'm scraping by. So not scraping by, but change in my pocket. Not Obama, but Hussein. If who rain, if's the rocket. I meant hurricane. Sorry if the cane isn't socket, but I plug it back in and electricity will rock it. So it's amp, so it's guitar, so it's me on a bar. It's a note that I raise, and I feel like if I pay, then I will stay today for pays the rate. If pays a rate, then I'm okay. I raise a day to raise a village anyway. Oh, anyway, I take it still a pass. So if I walk it, then it branches out like it should, and I laugh. Oh, gasp! If I don't get it back, it's still lost air. But going to somebody else, 'cause you know how recycling works in hair. All in my hair, but I think about if it were dairy, then it would probably be pasteurized. I don't need all of this, but I realized that if I did, that would be nice. Ooh, nice, like NICE. If I take it off and make it Napoleon Dynamite E. Dynamite E equals MC square, but I'm fine, 'cause all the matter I have matters hair. So too many analogies about past and present, but present myself another future is so evident. I'm not in Atlanta, I'm not future, but at the same damn time, I'm like 3 stacks and an Andre in the same damn line. Yeah. That was dope. That was a dope beat you just put on, yeah. I use the different words apparently. The frequency is stored in intent, not actually in the, tent of. So I had to build a different one. They said I probably should not store this, but if the smoke is rising out of the catacomb of the, catacomb that I've set up, isn't that a square, the corner of my world that I should check when I am getting back near? They said, nah, not here. The blocks are, appearing, but not the R of revolution. They don't roll, they're more of the substitution of the grid system. We like those with the diamond point. If you could anoint us with a better, understanding of those that be a joint, like a, shoulder and a, arm muscle, kneecap, bone cap, the thing that they talk about, the polar cap. I guess that'd be the polar opposite of that, but I didn't lay it. When it was a layer, I tried to layer it and figure out if it was the Bat Cave. I'm afraid the Alfredo wasn't served by Alfred that day, but it wasn't even Fred Flintstones, so they probably should have read. We had those two, and you probably shouldn't bet. That's Barney. Why would you even want to put me in this barn if I didn't want the straw? I was looking for that kicking out the mat. All didn't want to break the camel's back, so I said I would leave. They didn't want to laugh, so I read myself into a what's that, a lackadaisical, feeling like I'm praising myself as appraisal. Though I'm not rolling off the ladder, being devalued by the fact that I roll around you. So I guess my gravitational pull field feels kinda real, that's real. And I'm chilling with Ted, you know. We're not generic, I guess I know. But what's good with ghosts? Going here like gas to ghost. Nah, that'd be Adult Swim. Had to get out the water with them. Stuck to me though, like the idea of. Never got lost in the idea of hugs or the dove. Branch was nice, but not on that like a Nordic night. That would be for no hammer in sight. Thunder and lightning, I might add. My bad. Didn't get mad. Ooh, which I.
Yes, C word.
This is gonna wind up.
I am all the voices in my head and none of them. a cacophony of silence so deafening my ears bleed. My blood, proof of both life and death. I am a poet, a grave robber, a necromancer, digging deep into the pain and trauma within the tomb I have become. My words, marionette strings, making buried bones dance. Call me serial killer. First victim, age 10. Too weak to handle the jeering of fellow students. Her life, mine. Her death, a necessary evil, but quick, so she wouldn't suffer. Second victim, age 17, angst-ridden teen. Her depression passed off as phase, dressing itself as goth. Her death, a fulfillment of her embracing the darkness within while avoiding the physical pain she feared. Third victim, age 20, rape. Next, 21, 26, 32, 40. You may think me monster, but I am not. I am a graveyard of shallow plots, and issues not buried deep enough resurrect themselves, requiring their death to be repeated over and over. Did you know you can bury alive things? I have felt the weight of dirt on face and limbs, tasted earth between screams, too muffled to be heard. Did you know alive things buried become zombie? A defense mechanism to the rot which begs to devour. What do you do when the bodies you've buried are your own? When the murderer who took your life stares back at you in the mirror, how do you answer your reflection when it asks, "Who am I?" When the answer eludes you and you are not sure if you are serial killer or zombie resurrected, a version of yourself waiting to be killed, waiting for another you to take your place, remembered only in the lines of a new piece, in the snaps of an audience, completely unaware of this cycle of life and death being carried out right in front of them.
Well, hello. I said, well, hello. Stars are $7 out here, but 11 just might get you near. Too many buildings to look through, corners here they've been took through. Grid system we done had a few, had to move like boogaloo. Didn't want to go back to Cali though, wondered why they made a street. That wasn't industry, but I realized what it means. Star slide, let me get those back. Told him that I wanted to figure out what that meant. Car tint didn't feel like it was blue, but I thought it could have been azul. I'm not looking for the zealous light, but the jealous type might end me up with the kind of night I like. They said the light takes cars, but the sky takes birds. They don't take any herds, but they believe what you heard. Don't end up like a sheep, cause the shepherd might sleep and need to feed on your body just to get that meat. Need to feed on your body just to leave. That's fine with me. The fact they talk around in revolutions, I saying a thing. We kept those all over their dashboard. Wonder what they wanna crash for. Ain't nobody on the crash port. Switch those, that's passport. Passport put ports back to USB. Made those user friendly, but not friendly to thee. Why would you switch this way if you've seen what it means? Okay, I'm done, baby. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's one of the best around. Right. That's right. Right. They say
grain of salt, so I search for those like explorers when they were getting killed just for making gold out of food. They say reap what you sow, so I hope this bread gets me closer to the money that they told me I'm supposed to be getting. This don't grow on trees, but it grow out of the grove of their mind that they believe me. They made me believe in themselves, so I'm believing in the leaves that they give me. But this palm tree's so shady, and nah, this business ain't the same either. I could talk about it, you wouldn't understand. I guess I'd have to give them stand, but I don't want to. This ain't JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but let me flaunt you the idea of becoming something else. A collection of bodies, they say multi-complex, multi-celled. But I've been looking out this cell for time and wondering if these views I'm looking through are all really mine. What is time? Give me back my own clock, please. I like watches, I like hands, I like what those need. Bust down, said I'm trying to get past breathe, trying to get past ice, but please believe me. This so easily. They say life gon' test your metal, so give man a medal. They say life gon' test your metal, so give man a medal. Give man a medal, he dash fast. This rat race, you rats racist. You talk about the people who are racist. Ask them what they racing against. Ain't it death, shoot you with gun, but don't you end up in the same casket I'm in? Earth on earth, earth to earth, ain't it body? They don't want to play this game no more. Probably should hop off the trolley. Couldn't catch track or line. We gave them outlines this time, but they didn't want to read mine. Rule brick, but no brick to build this building with. Blew it down, I ain't the wolf. Why you feeling this? I guess it probably should have been closer to eulogists, but let them sing as they ask for the one that kissed. Give man a medal. Say like confession.
Treated well, key, root key, routed everyone's beliefs. Verses, apparently. Italic, knocky checks, chosen purpose. Speak at step, indispensable dispensary. Bleed, reprehensible, not scary, more inevitable. Immortality being probable. Still taking quantifiable empathy, another eternity. Pray mercy, A&%E. Matter here, grayscale, contextualize. Aspirant, revolutionize. Red brand, bloodbath blues. Hue, a who, friend to whom has taken offense. Perfection takes so much practicing. Mosaic meandering miles. What is this feeling? Is it your truth? Diet sympathy, diet empathy. Simply soldered symmetry. It doesn't have to be true. Don't judge me judging you. K-N-E-W. Lives actively built on corpses, what else is new? Where's that on the news? C-Civs, topside, idea, respiration, N-E-W-O. Same view, omnidirectional blame, my area change, exchange. Factor genetics, generic, diverse is individual, collectives. Everything is everything, self-affected in its own way, or at least this is recorded in some form, some fashion, where fabric, society, sandblasted, it's magic. Look up on these manifested allergic reactions. Love is hopefully answer, meeting people where they are is hopefully an answer. Where am I now? Who is taking this route? Cliche complacencies, catacombs filled with conjurings of some no longer wandering. What is this feeling? Is it my truth? Someone's sympathies, another's imaginings. Suppose I know who I am. Suppose it's you.
quiet, we can get it revved up. I can go a step up, I can just mess up and bring it right back. I got a little something on the stove and it's hot, but it's cold, but it's like that. Every time I reach into the fridge, I come right back with something to drink or something that you take for a nightcap right by your nightstand. I got a nice hand, so I could probably dribble a basketball and shoot from my right hand. Man, I'ma pass it to my dog.
He said that it's not you, but I woke up at 2 and I'm still good, trying to get back to my crew like I knew I would when they said that it's blue. But I feel like every time I switch the color, then I learn the cue, what I'm supposed to do. Now they want the him and ha, now they want the him and how. I said, well, I'd rather go, now I don't know Chappelle, but I'd be somewhere where Chappelle be on Easton, that's east side, no southwest, my bad beat. AT like air gear, but have to call back, cause if I'm floating this fast, then Iki might fall fast. I can't call it Sky King, cause they ain't looking me up. It's just a Skype, but Skype P had told me that the one piece was enough. Now not a bathing suit, but if they're bathing in their suit, probably should have held out the water before they got cooked too. And it's just like lobster. Now they're just imposters, then I'm laughing at their fodder, and I won't even falter. Calling up for callers, but I don't get no more orders, and I'm out the wing like baller. Call them back, I don't need ice to shine, man, I'm so bright. I could call them back longer, but gotta hand it up.
Being scalded like being scalded can ignite an engaging feeling of numbness. When internal inferno's infernal, a light wicker basket wit. People reading too much into what I'm saying would probably call it kindling. Making a sacrifice over and over again, made sacrifice over and over again. It's landing in hot water, and air drying your husk into a corpse. Heat searing a kernel till it popcorns into nature's vessel once again. The itching of feeling new life. Fill the holes, turn fire pits, soulful broiled until a blaze. Lapping doggedly at oxygen appraise until lack of sparks melts down. Suffocates, annihilates. Glossy resin-coated ash dusted. Springs cleaned of spit drag on. Exhales coiling in on themselves, trying to live vicariously through memories. Brightened, unsinged. Roping in held breath, hoping core warmth poured out will return to center. To sender. Combust on exhale, sound of breath leaving body, should be up to snuff, flash, sizzle, popping to give of itself what it consumes of others. When the first heavy metals begin to dip in a star, it is no longer celestial, just a slow-paced joke fastened to a punchline. When a fire grows bright, it is no longer celestial, just a slow junkyard people throw their problems into, to evaporate them, saute, stir fry, all chemistry, all toxins released back into air, a supernova again and again, undigested, regurgitated, acid reflux into whole other solar system of problems. Stretch smoky now, hickory hip hiccuping hickey through clothes, hair, bones, foundation, beginning, ending, started over. Citizen, 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 citizen say freedom, bravery, happiness, brought birdcage brigadier. We re-Camelot Great Britain, rebranded America, rebrand bodies genetically stored woe, not expressed in anger or earnest before, impress, improve, imagine, impede, be something other than amalgamations of blood-bathed ingredients simmering. You're American, you copyright. We bought you, brought you, wrought you, American, you know your rights. Over. City has a signed facade. City has industry. City has autonomy, has right to remain silent. City stretches as people expound, as nature expounds on an idea. Citizen. States each country autonomous, self-governed, free fiefdom from us to you. Packaged red, white, blown out, blood and carnage. Now cleansed. Somehow always now clean. Purge isn't a movie. Purging is dramatized cinematic reenactment of lives in transit. You could tell an American what is similar about them if difference to sameness didn't divide country kin. My country, 'tis of thee. Sweet land of lies and fleece, golded gilded treats. Land where my father's father died, changing blue to sky. I don't know what an American is. America either. Please tell me that there's more potential than this, that this TNT dream, nightmarish destiny manifested only in fiction. My country, 'tis of thee. Sweet land of lies and fleas, golden gilded trees. Land where my father's father died, transmuting blue to sky. From every mountainside. And every day will feel like a rejoice. Cold air holding a rave over the lake. Breaking ice, freeing time's vassals. Nature holds itself. Then holds this scene snapshot. Speeding up flipbook. Punch cards, passports. Experience collected but itemized. And every day will feel like a rejoice. Because showing up is craft. Love in the thought of what is happiness but maintaining a state. Feeling even after sensory deprivation would have been preferable. Keeping counsel with the gliding vanity, it is often said. Anything I want to be, I have to believe. Keep on keeping on, the motto of a certain type of people. Lenses transmuting pain to joy. Deaf to remembrance, and every day will not feel like keeping on. Will not need to be explained to third parties nor facades held clenched grip. How often has a reason been needed for happiness by the same insecure in their own?
Whoa, the bass is dropping. Oh.
Next to us. Commercial love sounds similar, armed, armored, and more. Sculptures melt, chains of letters expressing themselves, PDA. Expressing itself, marked spot, drawing disconnected dots, constellation configuration. Buzz and hum, drum and sing parts, march and swell, electron, surfing spectrums, well, warmth and word. Current curtail, short fiction, non-fiction, noir. Lesson learned feels more, magic melodies made mundane. Disturbing majesties, unequivocally unnamed. Charged love, oh love, abstract. Extract, manage, static, for proof schematic. Promised land, yoked and honeyed, promulgating. Only exist as long as we persist. Goodbye, bygones, bygone, bygones. Closer and closer to whoever we're hoping for. Obligatory stories flowing us past 40 fever. Foreclosures forever obsessed, spending every second. Self-validating, pasteurize, wasn't love.
Maybe we were never asking.
Not that it matters, results clear packet. Lucid daydreams, place, chance, encounters happen. Give out. Irrational, rationing, affections, strive, confections, part, self-involved, woven yarn, such a ball. Unraveling in comfortable free fall. Draped against the warmth of your absence. Nexus, scouring feelings long since purged. Writing to us as we drift into the next us. Black device steams, device blotted in me. Eyes like we're giant blue skin avatars. General details, they spent on sanctuary as well. Sunrise, sunset, Osiris, Iris, roaming not, beholding beauty, antidote, aphorisms, and non-autonomous Autobots, assimilated authentics, automatically acclaimed, actually ballistic. Acceleration, awoken, alliteration, making sense, not making sense, profiting, Autobahn and Bismarck, rocking, catch up, go shoguns, go curl, puppet strings, dogs, raining, felines, occupying, safe station, rush hours, spring showers, swanks holding ointment, that old drawn and inkman. Nexus, Cupid, Boeing, wing-winded 757s, like haikus, scouring feelings long since purged. Fluorescent tapestries, woven star-crossed bridge between lovers, desert and dust. Moths to flames of warm ideals, copy hibachi butterflies and hope not to receive the burn of existential jokes. Riding to us as we drift into 7
757 adds up to 19, which adds up to 10, which adds up to one love depending on your math. This judge doesn't know how to sentence love, whether it's imperative, declarative, interrogative. Love sounds like something silver screen scene surfers box office premiere. Polished freed marble, date taped marble, photo finished unblemished. I have to wonder if it's...
I mean, it's got every style influence you can imagine, from Indian sitar, Latin guitars, bluesy wah-wah, atmospheric classical, meditative jazz, and lyrically references from every strata of society and demographic. It's unbelievable. It's like nothing I've ever heard before.
Actually, it's Kaya's beautiful love song. Let it rain, let it rain, let it rain on me. About to break out my rose quartz, Palo Santo and all sorts, sages and essential oils to spoil. When you arrive, 20 minutes past 5, and I've been a busy bee cleaning up the hive. A queen deserves as much to thrive, and a king gotta set the vibe. So long as we reciprocate, it's never contrived. Never. I've survived many battles with self, more wars than with anyone else. Being self-sufficient for so long, I ain't inclined to ask for help. That's a burden I bear, not a burden I share. But I figure I should at least make you aware. But I also got love and attention to spare. Name the place and I'll meet you there. Since you're always, always, always in my hair.
Sunshine in the nighttime, let it rain on me. I can feel the sunshine in the nighttime, let it rain on me. Tell me what it is, girl, what it ain't, girl, let it rain on me. Tell me what it is, girl, what it ain't, girl, let it rain on me. Take a breath, baby, watch your step. You know I'ma give it to you, my whole vibe is wild. I done took a pack of Molly to the face. Now I'm playing, but I'm floating on a cloud. I figure if I keep my fingers tighter on the pussy trigger, I can hear the cry far no more. More than kitty when I kill it, she gon' feel it in the car. Either way, the wet spot gon' be gone by tomorrow. You feel me? I had it hard for a while, I'm rejuvenated. I see them lurking in the shadows and I know they hate it. They hear the beat and get it shaking like a percolator. I got the sour with the sweet you want an hour later. The flow crazy, where have you been? Fist to the chin like Shuri U10 on E in a Honda. But I'm looking for a Benz, Pocahontas, dog, I'm painting with the colors of the wind. Drowning in the kitty till it fills me up plenty. Stroking till she choking on the Newport 50. She do shit halfway, I call her my half-babe. But she got an afro, look good in the bathroom. I take it off her with the offer of a pauper. But I'm a prince, met a queen with a daughter. I never really know what's real. She took my hand, gave a dance, boy, she know how to make me feel. I can feel the sunshine in the nighttime, let it rain on me. I can feel the sunshine in the nighttime, let it rain on me. Tell me what it is, girl, what it ain't, girl, let it rain on me. Tell me what it is, girl, what it ain't, girl, let it rain on me.
Love you, thoughts, things, feelings ingrained. Still writing anyway. Daydream detours, words before heard. Lucid, tripping, terror stores. Mono a mono, remarking in land. You said explore, feed, IG, me. Mind meld, morphing, warming, algorithmic, global. Love's alchemist, 369. Weather, mentioned forever's time, till it seems. Pseudo balance beam, stressed across beam seams. Floor fantasies, whirlpools, blooming decay. Feeling in lieu of name. Equal, sequel, prequel, sun and sky. Light and heart, love and mind. You, unbelievable, conceivable energy. You, benevolent, resplendent, radiant. You, when the night falls, ranger, please love.
I can feel the sunshine in the nighttime, let it rain on me. I can feel the sunshine in the nighttime, let it rain on me. Tell me what it is, girl, what it ain't, girl, let it rain on me. Tell me what it is, girl, what it ain't, girl,
Let it rain
on me.
Purple rain on me. Don't explain on me, don't refrain on me. Put restraint on me, put that pain on me. That Wu-Tang on me, make it last forever. Wu-Tang on me, put me in your pocketbook. Loose change on me, Andy Dufresne on me. Red line lane on me, go insane on me. After you came on me, when you come again, that's the refrain on me.
It's a bop.
Corduroy
Corduroy Billy. I don't know what you're hearing, but it's corduroy. Jesus. Alright, that's it.
Ladies, and gentlemen. Ron, no, James. Ronald James.
Crazy. Yeah. Moonshot on my beam like I was trying to figure out which way I was gonna route that idea. Doesn't matter because the thought is still there, so I feel like Jordan, but I've never been 23. So they tell me that I need to be king, but I feel like Tekken has never been my thing. So I play A, B, but never D-pad, and they say that I'm at the pad. So don't treat me like I'm sad, been feeling like I'm bad, been feeling like my jack. But my aura, in fact, is whatever. So, you know, cool. I guess I'm like probably anything you could call American. If not, then I'm still American. So then, my dream is not destroyed by this manifestation that they fly by. So I'm fly at night, never fly at school, and I'm hood by air like New York American Apparel lines. I'm apparently myself, and I'm thinking about the stars all the time. If I fly out, I'll probably think about it a lot. Black hole, but not a knot. Dreadnought, but that's okay. In any fucking way, I could just go away, but never let it stray. It's all just about a gate. It's all just about a gate. So if it's walk or it's roll or it's whatever you need, it's movement still. So don't impede yourself by believing that you can't do. And I feel better than the mountain that they tell about in like soda lines. 32 grams of sugar and I'm still fine. 32 grams not a drug, but if it was, then it would still be drug. So DeRozan, not a shooter, Chicago. Oh, that beat is fire. Yeah, so need a better, so gotta get better words. But if I don't, then the pillow still got cotton. If it's something, it's still bravely second. Play on the DS, but I know that they can get the lesson, and the lesson is still taught in school. But if not school, then it's somewhere in life that I still rule. So the ruler is the inch or the meter or the line or whatever country that I'm in that is looking by. There's centimeters or whatever they crawl by, and I crawl by time, sometimes by space, sometimes by the place where nothing even exists. And it's not existent, but I'm not existential anymore. So existential wouldn't be my line that I would go, but that'd still be like a family tree that I could sow. Cause they tell me what I'm supposed to live when I live, and I tell them that I'm supposed to give what I'm supposed to give. So believe what you wanna believe, that's fine. But I love, and I'm probably on grind. No Tony, no Hawk, but it's Hawk Atlanta. And I feel good, I don't need to drink a Fanta, but I wonder what I want, cause the dance is cool. And the commercial tells me that I'm still Ja Rule. In other words, I'm the God, and the word Ja, and Ja means God in a different language. The language is fine, cause they're all just spoken in the emotion of, and not really in the token of words or the beard that I pull. It's pensive like Dumbledore, but I could still rule. You say it's Gary Oldman, but I've been feeling like Snape, and the nape of my neck make me feel like napes, or never really hung, or never really hood, or never really neighbored, but neighbor cause they're good, and they're all in the same place, so I find myself in the meaning of the rhyme that I rhyme by myself. So the shelf is the shelf, but the beat is still John, and I feel like cool cause I've been all on. Well, not on, but off is fine cool, cause the often is the offense that I find when tooled into an office that I could pull. burn my cool, cause I find that stool probably somewhere in the gravitational pull. Ozone layer's cool, cause it's out on the rule. Like, whatever that you gotta say it is. No Rayquaza, but the Pokemon could find me if they is. And the pine is never for the things that I will never have, because it's asked and shall receive. So I believe that I've received. So they tell me what I believe, and I say that's a leaf. Holes in it like it's been eaten by an ant, and please. Colonies are okay, cause I know that colonize are just the human colony, the animal and plant combined. Or whatever they say I'm derived from. In fact, I'm a cell uncuttable. The Greeks, in fact, in an atom split, I'm just light and light like Yagami, like Death Note, and an alchemy, an amalgamation of everything you could call this nation. Outside, wondering what's my occupation. Wondering if I'm inside a sphere that's playing. Can it be? And obviously somewhere out in the... who cares?
Algorithm, algorithm on my wall. What's status, what's speed after all? Algorithms, algorithms on my wall. What's status, what's speed after all? Yeah, I know they love you on your URL. Tell me how they feel about you IRL. Everybody loves you on the internet. 2020 hindsight and retrospect. Love, hey, hey, indifferent friends. Couple calls into the, are you cheating them? Are you cheating them? Caption this planetary disconnect. Hashtag alive, online, on live, immortal anytime. Internet, ethernet, short attention currency, subculture warranting. Did you notice us? Notice you noticing, noting spans. Watch time accumulating for small web worlds wide after all. Search engine humans, meme existence, get subscriptions, followers, feedback loops until commentative analytics. Why? Question to ask. Dial up the cloud, hyperlink now. Cyberspace, afterlife, proxies. DL now. We're not people, we're just profiles. Avatar forms, lobby buffer and running. Browsing around. VR, AR, ER, OR, OK. IDK, MEH, anyway. Programs run, crash, and get recycled every update. BG, upload to this reality, please. Compress microchip shoulders, link to unzip macrocosm folders. Bugging out over patches has become a trendy form of closure. EULA streaming from whatever server hosts us. Just keep scrolling. Yeah, I know they love you on your URL. Just keep scrolling. Tell me how they feel about you IRL. Just keep scrolling. Everybody loves you on the internet. Just keep scrolling. 2020 hindsight and retrospect. Love, hey, indifferent. Couple codes into the, are you cheating them? Are you cheating them? Well, wishing well, well wishes, wishing well. Well, post change, they post hell. Well, post change, they post hell. All these dragons, Bitcoin phrases in the wishing wells. Well, emoji cyanide inflation never fits so well. Well.
cycle voices vicariously vibing voidless void vacations. It goes war, recession, depression, disease, infection, recessions, least street say 11 o'clock, program paddles walk, bumping tones, anthem, anaphora, radio, TV, plethora. It goes war, recession, depression, disease, infection, recessions, least street say 11 o'clock, program paddles walk, bumping tones, anthem, anaphora, radio, TV, plethora. Mr. Thinking Man Person, I got a question. If you were me and I'm with you, then why we gotta learn these lessons? I thought they said it was one blessing. So you telling me if I kill you for money, then I'm going to jail. But if I kill for money, I'm sponsored as well. I don't understand what you're trying to tell, but feels like a spin. If airplane's not good, then we've probably been. Oh well. It goes war, recession, depression, disease, infection, recessions, least street say 11 o'clock, program paddles walk, bumping tones, anthem, anaphora, radio, TV, plethora. It goes war, recession, depression, disease, infection, recessions, least street say 11 o'clock, program paddles walk, bumping tones, anthem, anaphora, radio, TV, plethora. This is where verse 3 went, but I think I ran out of money somewhere in the year 2000. Was it 20? I don't know, but it seems like stimulus package or the residual, but... Fuck out of the way! What? Don't I matter? Not blow or two, but if you're married to the idea, then you probably won't get tired of this, but don't hop into the abyss, cause you know, after all of this, we'll just go back to cycles. Shit, it'll be the best little flip. I mean, it goes war, recession, depression, disease, infection, recessions, least street say 11 o'clock, program paddles walk, bumping tones, anthem, anaphora, radio, TV, plethora. It goes war, recession, depression, disease, infection, recessions, least street say 11 o'clock, program paddles walk, bumping tones, anthem, anaphora, radio, TV, plethora. It goes war, recession, depression, disease, infection, recessions, least street say 11 o'clock, program paddles walk, bumping tones, anthem, anaphora, radio, TV, plethora. It goes war, recession, depression, disease, infection, recessions, least street say 11 o'clock, program paddles walk, bumping tones, anthem, anaphora, radio, TV, plethora. It goes, recessions, least street say